Hello. So today I wanted to talk about Depop and my experience and tips and stuff associated with it. And right now, I was originally going to do like a mystery bundle thing that seems to be kind of popular on YouTube at the moment, but I do not have the funds right now. But when I do, which should be soon, I will. I will. It looks fun. So what sparked me to do this video was actually a compliment on my Baby Yoda mask that I got off Depop, and um, and she asked me, "Where did you get that?" And I told her I got it from Depop, and I don't know, that just kind of was like, I kind of want to like talk about Depop because and I got this Baby Yoda mask from Mika's Masks. I'll link it in the description or put her username somewhere here because I like her masks. I think they're really well made and cute. I have 5 things that I want to share about Depop. So, first thing, first and foremost, do not be me and get scammed on Depop. I started using Depop initially as a seller when I was a junior in college, and this was because my roommate at the time was telling me about how she was selling things on Poshmark, and she was making a decent amount of money from selling her old clothes and all that kind of jazz. So I was like, okay, cool, like maybe I can make more money on the side by selling my things on Poshmark. And I attempted using Poshmark, but I wasn't vibing with it very much, so I decided to just go with Depop because it was just, yeah, I just vibed with it more. And mind you, I have never sold a thing in my life, in person, online. I had no clue what I was doing. About a week or so after I put up my first few items, I got a DM, and this person basically, I don't remember what they said verbatim, but they're like, hey, I'm interested in buying this item that you're selling, and if you want to talk further, text me on this number. And oh my goodness, why I didn't ignore it, I don't know. I think I was just kind of over the clouds, I guess, because I was selling my stuff or selling my first item pretty fast. So me being dumb, I freaking contacted the number that the person provided on that message, and they're like, okay, cool, so basically I want to buy this item, and how we're gonna do it is, first I'm going to send you the money via a check through an envelope. And I was like, what? But I was like, okay, whatever. So the person was like, okay, like I need your address, and so I stupidly give them my address, and child, I don't even know how I didn't get murdered or kidnapped, because there's something in the back of my head telling me something was really off about this. But you know what I do? Ignore it. A few days later, I end up getting the envelope and the check as promised, but well, first of all, the envelope was in this like express UPS envelope, and it had no return address on it. And I opened the envelope, and there's the check, but here's the thing, I'm selling my item for like $15 including shipping, but this person sent me a check for over $1,000, and I'm just standing there looking at this check, and I'm just like, wait. And again, red flags were going off in my head. But what do I do? Say it with me. Ignore it. And I took one glance at the check, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I deposited it into my bank account. Nope. So I messaged them, and they were like, oh yeah, like I just mixed up the checks, and so if you could like send me the item and the change, you know, with it, that would be great. They also provided me an address to send it to, but the thing was, they were really aggressive about it. They were like, send it today, send it now, send it now. And I was like, oh, okay, because especially back then, I was really easily pressured, to get things done like right away, so I was just like, okay, I'll do it right away. Oh my gosh. So about a day or two after I deposited the check into my bank account, I withdraw $1,000+ in cash, and I send it plus the item through the mail in cash to this address. And I kid you not, the same day, about a few hours after I sent that that through the mail, I get a call from the headquarters of my bank telling me that the check bounced and it was a false check, and I was in the hole. basically this check was false, and it blew my mind because I had no idea that you could falsify a check or make false checks somehow. At 21 years old, I had no idea that you can make false checks. And the lady on the phone was like, I am so sorry, like it was like a freaking funeral or something. I don't know if I was just numb or if it just didn't hit me right away, but I was just like, oh yeah, okay, cool. I was like really casual about it. Then eventually it hit me that a young, dumb, broke college student, myself, got scammed of over $1,000. So I didn't know what to do at first, but after just looking around on the internet, I decided to call the police. A police officer came to my dorm, and this police officer kind of looked like that police officer, a thinner version of that police officer that Leslie Knope dated for a hot minute in Parks at Rec, but like, you know, that's beside the point. He looked really apologetic, and he looks like he really wanted to help. He basically explained to me that there's not really much that he can do, but if there is, he'll let me know. I was basically left with his business card, and I never got a call, and I never got my money back. Luckily for me, I was not in the whole hole. I did still have money. Not a lot, but I still had money. I mean, it could have been a lot worse for me because I heard, or I looked it up online, and overdrafting your bank account, I think, could be like a criminal offense. I think it could be. I'm not sure 100%, but you know, that summer I worked really extra hard to make money and also save money. So eventually, by the time I went back to school my senior year of college, I was back at my comfort zone with the amount I had in my bank account. But bro, I felt so violated and stupid and just really embarrassed, and it still affects me to this day. I check my bank account more, I check my credit score more, and for some reason I remember vividly the area code of the bank headquarters phone number that called me to tell me that my check was bounced. So every time I see that same area code, I get low-key panicked. So more of the story, when people ask for you to discuss selling matters off the app, don't do it. Don't be me. just stick on the app. So for a while, I was scared to even go on Depop, because that event, the fact that I got scammed on there just low-key traumatized me for a hot minute. But eventually I overcame the trauma, I guess, and I decided to just be a little bit more smarter and careful about, you know, things, and remember to just stay on the app. I am actually selling stuff on Depop, just mainly stuff that I have that I want to get rid of. I don't make a lot, but I do make money, and it's enough where like I can take that money and use it to buy or purchase something that I actually want, if that makes sense. So second thing is that Depop, at least for me, is an aesthetic haven. Yes sir. I am a simp when it comes to aesthetics, and the fact that you can literally sell aesthetics on this app, just, I mean, look at the bundles. Like, I feel like bundles when it comes to aesthetic things are getting more popular and are trending almost. I just bought a freaking self-care bundle thing. Not for myself, but for my best friend for her birthday, you know. And I actually now follow a fellow YouTuber who, the first video I watched of hers was a Depop mystery bundle. Or not mystery bundle, it was like a witchcore themed bundle, but it was like you don't know what the clothes are. I also feel like aesthetics are key when it comes to whether you sell something or not, because at least for me, when I buy stuff on Depop, I'm more inclined to buy something that is presented in a very aesthetic way, or at least in a very nice way, where the picture is well taken or the photo is edited well to fit a certain aesthetic. And having like a theme, like some kind of aesthetic theme for a seller, I think really helps, because even I have kind of a thing going on where I have like a pastel pink girly vibe to my page. So I mean, I even edit my photos where I put a pink banner around them to make them more pastel pink and girly, you know. And I don't know, I just like the look, and I just feel like that draws more people to your page. But for real though, aesthetics are pretty insane when it comes to this app, but it works for both sellers and buyers. So the third thing, I almost did too. The third thing about this app that, well, I'm a little bit confused about is mailing. See, I'm kind of new to that still. I'm still in the process of trying to figure out how to effectively mail my stuff without paying too much for shipping, because I am that hoe that goes, every time I sell something, I just go to the post office and I just stuff it into a flat rate envelope that costs like $7 or $8 or more, and I ship it. And so if you thought that I was going to be like giving you tips about how to ship or whatever I mail, no, I still have no clue. The fourth thing I wanted to talk about with Depop is the searchability. See, to find something your niche or your style is, in my opinion, really, or not really easy, but relatively easy, as long as you know in the ballpark what you're looking for. If you know the specific garment you want, or even the brand, I think it's really easy to navigate towards, you know, whatever you want to buy. But sometimes though, it may take a little while to find it, or you may have to scroll for a little while. Recently I just bought this light wash denim overall dress that I am in love with. I have been looking for something like this for ages. I scoured that app for God knows how long to find something like this, and when I finally found it, I jumped on it and I bought that ish. And it's this like baby doll style dress. I have a similar one in a darker wash that I wear all the time during the winter, so I wanted to find something in a lighter wash. And I did, so epic win, okay, but however, there is an however. I'm an English major, by the way, or was. Anyway, however, I get really annoyed when I look up like Korean fashion on Depop and I have like 1,000,001 results, because everyone decided to put in Korean fashion into their posts that they're selling to get more exposure. And I get it, but it's like, it's harder now to find things that are actually from a Korean fashion brand on Depop. I have to scroll forever and check out each individual one, you know, and it's really annoying. And that's the same case for if I type in cute or even kawaii, because it's the same thing. People just put in their product descriptions for exposure, even though it's not kawaii. I get cute because cute is more subjective, but it's like. And the fifth and final thing that I wanted to talk about is the the fifth thing I wanted to talk about is the sustainability. I think Depop is amazing because it is the perfect blend of sustainability and trendiness, if that makes sense, as long as you know what you're looking for. This doesn't just have to be with clothes. You can also find books, accessories, shoes, trinkets and just a lot of things on Depop, and I find that really awesome. And especially how things are right now, it's really a lot easier to be able to thrift and find things that you want just from your home. And with that being said, that will be the video. If you haven't already, please use Depop to buy clothes, shoes, whatever your heart desires. I think it's great for the planet and for your pocket if you know where you're looking. Also, just make sure, obviously, you spend and choose wisely. So thank you again for watching my video, and until next time.